As a country, we are pushing forward to increase our productivity at the farmers level. And one of the gaps we have is information on sustainable land management. Of course, we have challenges in terms of soil fertility management, soil health management at the farmer level, and also generally in the agricultural sector. The project intervenes in that by providing enough information or good information to the end use of that information, that is the extension and also the farmers, on how to better manage their land for increased productivity.
The government service may not always be complete.
When the project started, we onboarded several stakeholders just to know what the hub is all about. For the private sector, the information is used for decision making in terms of input supplies to the farmers. For the county extension people, they use the information to intervene in terms of management practices at the land level.
Your point on quality control on the data that goes into these systems is a very important.
The PhD research we've been able to incorporate in as part of the project focuses on the mapping part, but also bringing together data from soils, in the Ethiopia case from the National Soil Information Center based on ETO-SIS, linking that to crop data from the Ethiopia Institute of Agricultural Research, and use that access to make an assessment of fertilizer recommendations in the country.
In Kenya, we have brought the team from Rwanda.
ILRI has played a role in the implementation and development of the Land Soil Crop Hub in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Rwanda through three ways. First and foremost, we have a presence in these countries, and therefore, in terms of working with the national research institutes, we already have existing collaborations, and therefore it was easy to be able to undertake activities of the Land Soil Crop Hub through this existing infrastructure and the collaboration between ILRI and these organizations.
Yes, we really need this communication.
Astareka has been a very critical partner in the Land Soil Crops Hub project. We have provided support alongside ILRI, ICRAF, IUCN, ISRIC, CALRO, the Ethiopian Institute for Agricultural Research, and the Rwanda Agricultural and Animal Board.
We're happy to be here, and
we've been supporting the project from inception up to the current status, whereby we invited all the relevant stakeholders, the private sector, the farmers, researchers, government institutions, NGOs. We had workshops and collected all stakeholder needs.
Since the beginning of the project, IUCN was one of the consortium members of the project as a service provider, and IUCN is much more focused on conservation of nature, but also focusing on the nature, sustaining the agricultural landscape.
Soil degradation and the climate change are the key issues that affect agricultural productivity in Kenya. So for us to be able to address these challenges which affect productivity in Kenya, then we need reliable and accurate information to inform decision making.
Just to help.
So LSC Hub is acting as a one-stop shop where different stakeholders, the policymakers, the farmers, the people who are working in knowledge institutions can come and access information that is reliable, information that is accurate, that can help them now to address the challenges that farmers are facing in terms of affecting their productivity.
There's also a tool there that is called the Map Viewer.
The hub is accessible via web browser, meaning that anyone with an internet-capable device can be able to access the hub, render and visualize maps on a web browser. The same information can also be exchanged with other systems through what we call API, Application Programming Interface. There's also talk of rewiring that architecture so that it can be able to handle more load and more traffic if need be.
The farmers are coordinated and they are grouped into farmer-producer organizations, so they share information among themselves and they also share with extension officers. So there's back and forth, and that helps in farmers engage in modern agriculture, climate-smart agriculture that is inclusive, gender sensitive, and the hub also enables the youth to engage because the youth don't want to do the actual digging. So there's a lot of information sharing in terms of linkage to farm inputs, credit access and market access.
If you know when to plant, what to plant, and where to sell what you planted, and the cost of what you are planting and the returns on the investment of what you are harvesting, then farming becomes a business and not just a culture. And that is what we really appreciate the program for.
It has been very easy for the extension officers to extract the improved data and information which comes from different research organizations and the Kenya Agricultural Livestock and Research Organization, and then educate our farmers.
You know, we've had many stakeholders coming with their own innovations, training the farmers their own way, but the data that is in the LSC hub has been validated by CARRO. It is current data, is up-to-time data, and is easily acceptable. And for the farmers who we have used the resource from the hub, we discovered that have realized increased in yields.
Before the project came, most of the farms here were eroded because of the terrain. We had some big rails which could have amounted to gullies that eroded part of the soils. But after the intervention, we have seen a drastic change. Roughly 80 women have benefited. We have youths around 20, then men can be around 50 there.
Mostly the tools that I use from the hub is about the soil and water management technologies. They have mapped some soils from Taita in terms of the nitrogen levels, the carbon levels, methods of conserving soil and water management practices, harvesting indices, post-harvesting management.
There is a very big difference. The time I started training these farmers, the farms were on a pathetic situation, whereby soil erosion was very high. But after I've trained them, there's a great change whereby the soil fertility has improved. This leads to increasing of productivity. Some farms had the highest percentage of striga infestation, but at the moment as we talk, it has really reduced.